Yo, speaking of rappers,
Yeah.
Trae the Truth,
Yes.
and his crew down in Houston,
Yes.
it looked like they jumped zero. They used to be friends from what I understand, actually like close friends. Zero went on TMZ Live, I think, and he did a whole sit-down televised interview, giving the blow-by-blow, telling what happened. But what's your thoughts on that situation?
Let me say something. And this happens far too often, okay? Them boys was like family. And sometimes you can put two words together and it sounds so crazy. Family feud. Should never be a family feud, right? But the concept of families feuding is so big that there's one of the biggest, longest lasting game shows named after the concept of a family feuding. I'm gonna just be 100 with it, man. If a camera wouldn't have caught that and you just heard about it, it would just kind of get swept under the rug. But the fact that we see it happen, you gotta be careful because, when you do that, let me not say when you do that. When we have family feuds, people outside of the family take sides. And people outside of the family fuel the feud of the family. So even now me talking about it, if I said one wrong thing like, shit, he deserved that. Now I got zero, I got all his supporters, they looking at me like, boy, you can't touch down here. Or if I said, that was some fuck shit Trae them did, just that fast, now I got enemies with Trae. And Trae my bro, cause guess what? Just like the Boosie situation. One of Trae, not his biggest record, but one of his biggest records, he jumped out there with me on it. The one that got him a mainstream look. You know what I'm saying? In the hood. And so I'm gonna say this, man, and I wanna leave it like this. The fact that they had their feud, and as men, they were able to walk away. There was no bloodshed, no innocent lives caught in a crossfire, any of that. I could salute them. Now the whole jumping thing, cause the video I saw, it just looked like somebody was getting pulled off of Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, I've even heard that Zero, I heard that Zero just like, hey, can I talk to you? Kind of like on some, and maybe it was a misunderstanding. I don't know. But all I know is, it's life. Families feud. But what I want people who hearing this right now, don't go fuel the feud of families. Let them handle that shit. Let's not get all involved. Oh, that's fucked up. I can't spit the block. For what? Nah, man, hey, they had a disagreement. Hate it came to the exchange of hands and blows and knees and elbows and all that shit. Sweep that shit on the rug. Be like men, let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. We live another day to talk about it. Have you been so pissed before where you just really want to do something to somebody, and then when you calm down, your emotions aren't raging anymore, your logical thinking kicks in, and you say, you know what, man, I'm gonna handle this different. And then next thing you know, y'all friends again. Y'all might not be where y'all were, but slowly but surely, you gravitate back to each other, and as men, it even come to a point where you can laugh about it. So, bro, let me tell you, man, this nigga, you ain't even knocked me down. Nigga, I tripped, and when I tripped, I was like, oh, shit. I know how my bro is. I know what kind of nigga I'm fucking with. He gonna kick me while I'm down. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. It's all good, nigga, but I love you. We don't see that. They don't show that shit that much. They don't show the makeups. They just show the breakups. And the makeups is the most important thing that needs to be viewed because a lot of people don't understand that. Just like Finesse2Tymes and Moneybagg. That was one of the biggest things I've seen for our culture in a very long time because too many of us have egos. And when you are abrasive to one of these niggas' egos, these niggas will do everything to never fuck with you again. They will do everything to fuck you over. Because you have tried to embarrass me, you tried me, you trumped me, you played me. But to see Finesse and Moneybagg, and I don't even know if you was gonna ever get on that, but to see them come back And just suddenly you see Finesse2Tymes everywhere, like that shit like, damn. And Moneybagg, cause even that video, where they sitting back watching his interview, I said to myself, now that's growth. That's push that shit. All the ops, man, you not my op, man. I look like you, bro. And I guarantee you, half of these motherfuckers killing each other, they sit down and really just do some homework. Nigga, we might be cousins. I don't know everybody, my daddy. Fuck, nigga, you might be my brother. They say we look alike, but we beefing. You get what I'm saying? We got to get to that, man. We got to get to that.
Yo.
We got to get to being men and standing up and not being scared what somebody else gonna say. Hey, y'all tripping. I don't want no smoke with nobody. I ain't trying to get shot on no innocent bystander or me intruding or interjecting myself in y'all beef. Hey, man, cut that shit, let that shit die. Let the youth see what it look like to live another day. Let the youth see what it look like to dead that shit like men and be like, all right, it's cool. I ain't gonna forget that, but I love you. And let's depart like that. Shit, it's too many times. Niggas ain't walking away. You don't even get the chance to say I'm sorry. Nigga don't think about what they did until it's done. The finality of this shit in our culture is too real. You hurt a nigga feelings, nigga wet you up. Even if he don't do it, it's somebody that's riding for him that wants to prove how down they is and to go handle some business that you didn't even want carried out. But now, a nigga done carried out some shit. He done created extra smoke, and you can't turn on the nigga because he riding for you. And he done did that, knowing that knowing that the nigga done did something so crazy on your behalf, if you let him know you ain't fucking with it, you know that nigga turn on you too. You know what he capable of. So now you gotta just act like, shit, that's right. Well, I got it, my shooter. Hey, man, you gotta let men handle their own beefs, man, and be political about this shit. We break up to make up sometimes. That's okay. But let's not break up to goddamn make up a piece of paper with your face on it and the words, the sunrise and sunset. Damn, do we gotta get an obituary because we fight?
Real talk, Joc.
Shit.
That's real talk. You know, it's crazy. First and foremost, I want to tell you, I love the way you broke down family feud. I mean, we fight with our own brothers. You know, we fight with our own family. It just don't make the news like that. But Trae the Truth, when all this went down, a lot of people was calling into question all of the good work he's been doing for so many years for so many people in that city. As if one incident with his brother, and now they done made up, was gonna somehow tarnish the legacy of all the good work he's been doing for so many years. So I'm glad that, number one, those two brothers came together and they showed that we can have beef and it can just stay right there. End of story. We can talk it out. And then two, none of us are one-dimensional. Just because, you know, I do something that today goes against everything that I've been doing that really is my legacy, that don't reflect on the totality of who I am.
Nah.
So, you know, shout to Trae.
But a tarnish or a blemish is real. It sticks out. You could be the most beautiful person in the world, not a blemish on your face, and show up for a photo shoot with a pimple, and everybody's like, oh my God, what? We can't shoot that. Oh my God, this is terrible. We're paying you the big dollars and you show up with a pimple on your face. You kind of get what I'm saying? That's just how the shit go. And I'm gonna be real. In that video, I never seen Trae do nothing. Maybe I didn't see the full video or the full context of the video, but I seen more so, yeah, okay, when the police came up and Trae back was turned, he heard something. Out of instinct, yeah, he turned around like whatever, who running up, I gotta be ready, because he's a product of his environment. He understand, hey, he don't know who running up. He just hear people running, he turn around, he sees the police. That don't mean he was finna whoop on zero. It was just kind of one of them things to me that, like, I didn't even see Trae hit nobody. But
yeah, I didn't
because his man's led off with whatever, maybe, I still don't know the entirety of what I saw. But it's gonna go on him because they're with him. And I think we have to constantly remind ourselves, the human mind, that we're human. And that's just it in a nutshell, we're human. And hopefully they made up, and I'm glad it didn't go further than it did. And I ain't really seen much more about it. You know, I see people speculating, commenting and shit. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna draw some comments. And to the people that's watching the videos, yes, I comment back on what I say. I know y'all be trolling me, but I'm gonna stand on what I stand on. And every time y'all say something crazy, not every time, but when I read them comments, I'm gonna say what the fuck I feel. I'm for real.